Hi, and welcome to Video Credit Score. Some of you don't know the nuts and bolts of a credit score, so we'll try to give you a short overview. If you feel you do know the basics of credit scores, you may want to skip ahead a lesson. To get a car loan, a home loan, a credit card, or a cell phone, companies use a credit score to assess your likelihood of paying. A quick Google search discovered nearly 20 definitions for credit score, which highlights how confusing this can get. To quote MyFICO, this term is often used to refer to credit bureau risk scores. It broadly refers to a number generated by a statistical model which is used to objectively evaluate information that pertains to making a credit decision. Yikes. Okay, let's take a deep breath and let's try to simplify this. This credit score isn't really one score at all. It's actually 3 scores. Why? Because there are 3 companies that collect data on your credit history and create reports. Plus, you may hear the terms FICO score and credit score used interchangeably. This is sort of analogous to Band-Aid and bandages. Band-Aids aren't the only bandages, but they probably are the ones that most people recognize, and the same holds true for the FICO brand, as FICO is the most used credit scoring system. Next, you might guess the score range is 1 to 100. No, generally it's a 3-digit number, and the FICO system goes from 300 to 850. So is it like an SAT score? Well, yes and no. Yes in that it's really important, but no, your SAT score is set in stone once you've taken the SAT. Your credit score changes over time, more like your cholesterol score. Both change as your behavioral habits change. So how does this impact our lives? Well, besides the Fed rate, this is going to be one of the greatest determinations of your loan payments. At the time of this recording, the best rate for a 30-year mortgage is 5.45%, but the worst rate is over 10%. Today, the best rate can mean $1,000 a month less in payments for a $300,000 house. Check out the chart on myfico.com to see what I mean. One thing is certain, the price of a credit score report product often pays for itself. So you can increase or decrease your scores through your behavior, but we're going to focus on upward movement. So what's a good score? Well, the banks are awarding the best rates to people with a FICO over 760. But wait, if you have 3 scores, which one has to be a 760? Well, most home lenders seem to take the middle score, so if your scores are 710, 720, 760, they'll likely use the mid score to calculate your rate. Most car loan lenders just use 1 score, but it makes sense to know all 3 as different lenders use different data sets for their scores. If you've never seen your 3 scores, that's the first step. Just click on the order button next to the screen to get started. So, in order to start figuring out how to manage your scores, you'll need to understand what goes into your scores. There are 5 key areas that impact your score, and we'll cover these in the next lesson. Lesson number 2.
Remember, everyone's situation is different. Be sure to contact a financial advisor or a credit counseling professional before making important financial decisions. This VCast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for receiving personalized professional advice.